I'm going to try making a lamp. You've seen a lot of these online using butter and olive oil, and basically you just have a small thing like this and you make a wick out of a bit of cotton like that. And today I'm going to try it with some cheese. Right, I'm going to try the obvious thing first, which is we'll get a little bit of this cheese, and what we'll do is break it off. This is a tasty cheese, lots of flavour. Melt it in the hand a little bit, squash it down, and my hand will melt it. And you can feel the cheese is nice and oily. That should burn, right? Well, actually it doesn't, but we'll do the fail first. Right, so we're just trying to light our cheese. We have with a homemade taper. We'll see what happens. The wick seems to have caught. That's going pretty well. Oh, but it's hit the surface of the cheese, and what's happened now? It's trying to boil some of the oil and evaporate it to make fuel for the fire, but it's dying down. Let me see if I can pick that wick up a little bit. See if we can get a bit more life into it. No, and I actually put it out. Okay. So that's well and truly gone out, but is there something else we can do? I think there is. Low heat, what I'm doing is I'm melting the cheese. What I want to do is I want to get all of the oil separated away from the solids. It's actually the cheese oil that will burn. The solids are pretty hard to burn. Here, as I'm separating the cheese solids out away from the oil, depending on the cheese you use, you may have more or less. There'll always be a bit of oil stuck in here. You can keep trying to melt it out and squeeze it out, but really what we're looking for is that bit right down there in the bottom corner there. That's the oil we're after. The cheese oil, and I'm going to pour it into this burning container. You'll see that it contains no other fuel at the moment. I've cleaned it out. This is just a thing from your standard tea candles. In goes the cheese oil. You don't need too much of it. So I was having some problems with the wick before, so I've reused one of these tea lights wick stands, and we'll see how we go. So we'll light that, get it underway. It's burning very well. And yeah, that seems to have caught very well. That's much more than the wick alone would burn. The flame is just above the surface of the cheese oil. So let's come back to it in a minute or two and we'll see how it goes. It's been burning now for about 2 minutes and it's still going strong. No signs of going out yet. So it's now been burning for 5 minutes. I've decided to turn off the lights and close all the curtains so you can see how much light it gives off. It's certainly enough to read something by if you get close to it. We've now been burning for more than 10 minutes now. I'd call that a success.